You spend hours watching Netflix. You listen to podcasts. You understand almost everything I am saying right now. But when you try to speak, your mind goes blank. You forget simple words. You feel like a different, less intelligent person in English.
It's a frustrating wall, John. Most students think they need more grammar or more vocabulary to break that wall. They think, if I learn 500 more words, I will finally be able to speak. But that is a lie.
Exactly. You don't need more words. You need to activate the words you already have. Today, we are revealing the active output method. If you don't change your strategy now, you might spend the next 2 years learning but never speaking. This is the difference between being a student and being a speaker.
And the scary part? If you wait too long, your brain gets used to being silent. You become a passive learner forever. We're going to show you how to build the bridge from your brain to your mouth, starting today.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Talk English podcast, the place where we make English simple, natural, and most importantly, usable. I am your host, John.
And I am Ellen. I am so happy to be here to talk about this. This is the #1 problem my students face.
It really is. Now, before we dive into the steps of the active output method, we have a small request for our growing family of listeners.
Yes, if you find this conversation helpful, please click that subscribe button right now. We create these episodes to help you reach your goals faster.
And don't forget to give this video a like. It tells the algorithm that this is valuable content and it helps us reach more English learners around the world. Join our community and let's grow together. Okay, Ellen, let's get into it. Why does this happen? Why do I understand a movie, but I can't explain the movie to a friend?
Great question. It's because of the difference between input and output. Think of it like a library. Input is putting books into the library. Reading and listening are input. You are filling your brain with information.
Okay, so I have a lot of books in my library. That sounds like a good thing.
It is, but speaking is like being a librarian who has to find a specific book in 3 seconds while someone is waiting. If you have 10,000 books, but you don't have a system to find them quickly, you will fail. You will say, wait, I know this word, it's.
I love that metaphor, the librarian brain. I know I have the word environment in my head, but I can't find it when the waiter asks me a question.
Exactly. Most students spend 90% of their time putting books in, input, and 10% of their time practicing how to find them, output. We need to flip that.
So, is that why people say they freeze?
Yes, when you freeze, it's usually because you're trying to be perfect. You are looking for the perfect book in your library instead of just grabbing the one that works.
That makes sense. I remember a student, Carlos. He was amazing at grammar tests. He got 100% on every exam. But when he went to London, he couldn't even ask for a bus ticket. He was terrified of making a mistake.
Carlos was a passive master. He knew the rules, but he didn't have the speaking muscle. Speaking is a physical and mental habit. It's not just knowledge. It's a skill, like swimming. You can't learn to swim by reading a book about water.
Okay, so how do we start building that speaking muscle? What is the first step of the active output method?
Step 1 is the narrative mirror. This is something you can do alone. You don't need a teacher, and you don't need to be embarrassed.
That sounds perfect for beginners who are shy. How does it work?
It's simple. You talk about your life as you are living it. For example, when you are in the kitchen, you say out loud, "Now I am making coffee. I am looking for a spoon. Oh, here is the spoon. I am pouring the milk."
My neighbors might think I am crazy if they hear me talking to myself.
Maybe, but your brain doesn't know the difference between talking to a person and talking to a spoon. The goal is to connect your thoughts to your mouth movements.
I see. So you were practicing the finding the book part of the library. You were making the path from the brain to the mouth faster.
Precisely. In English education, we call this fluency over accuracy. At this stage, it doesn't matter if you forget the S on the end of a verb. It matters that you keep the words flowing.
I used to do this when I was learning Spanish. I would describe my morning routine. I am brushing my teeth. I am wearing my blue shirt. It felt silly, but after a week, I felt much more confident.
Because you are removing the fear factor. When you are alone, you are not afraid of being wrong. You are just practicing the action of speaking.
This is such a powerful tip. We have more steps to cover, but we want to hear from you first.
Yes, we have a question for our listeners. What is the most difficult situation for you to speak English?
Is it at a job interview? Is it when you're traveling and need to ask for directions? Or is it just a casual conversation with a friend?
Please go to the comments section right now and tell us your story. We read every comment, and your answer might help another student realize they are not alone.
And while you are down there, if you haven't shared this episode yet, please share it to one friend who is struggling to speak. Let's help everyone get over that wall. Okay, Ellen, let's move to a big problem, the grammar ghost. Many students stop speaking because they're worried about the past tense or the present perfect. They want to be perfect.
Oh, the grammar ghost is a dream killer. Here is a secret for all our listeners. Native speakers don't use perfect grammar.
It's true. We make mistakes all the time.
If you spend your time thinking about grammar rules while you are speaking, you will never be fluent. Speaking is too fast for grammar rules. Grammar is for writing. Vocabulary and chunks are for speaking.
What do you mean by chunks?
Chunks are groups of words that always go together. For example, by the way, do you know what I mean? Or, I was wondering if. If you learn the whole chunk, you don't have to think about the grammar.
Oh, I see. It's like a pre-made sandwich. You don't have to make the bread and cook the meat, you just grab the sandwich and go.
Exactly. And another trick is using fillers. Fillers are the sounds or words we use when we are thinking. Words like well, actually, to be honest, or let me see.
I use those all the time. Well, actually, I'm not sure. It gives my brain 2 extra seconds to find the next word.
That's the secret. If you stay silent, the pressure builds. You feel stressed. But if you say, well, that's an interesting question, you look confident and you give your librarian time to find the book.
That is a great tip for our pre-intermediate listeners. Instead of saying, try saying actually or you know. It makes you sound much more natural. Okay, we've talked about talking to yourself and using fillers. What is the next step for someone who wants to reach the next level?
This is my favorite one. I call it the voice note diary.
Is this using a phone?
Yes. Every day, pick one topic. It could be my favorite food or what I did today. Open your phone's voice recorder and speak for exactly 60 seconds.
Only 60 seconds? That sounds easy.
It's harder than you think, but here is the magic. After you record it, you must listen to it.
Oh no, most people hate the sound of their own voice.
I know, but when you listen, you become the teacher. You will hear your own mistakes. You will notice, oh, I said he go instead of he goes. You don't need a teacher to tell you that. Your ears already know it.
So it's like watching a video of your own golf swing to see what you were doing wrong.
Exactly. Then, and this is the most important part, you record the same message again.
A second time?
Yes. The second time, you will be faster. The third time, you will be smoother. By the fourth time, you will sound like a pro. You are training your mouth to move through those specific English sounds.
I love this. It's like a workout for your tongue.
It really is. If you do this for 5 minutes every day, your confidence will explode in 1 month. You are proving to yourself that you can say these things.
Ellen, we have covered a lot, but I want to talk about the mindset. Sometimes, even with these techniques, people are still scared. They are scared of people laughing at them.
Let's be very honest with our listeners. In the real world, people don't care about your grammar. They care about your message.
That is so true. If a tourist comes to me in the street and says, "Where bus station?" I don't say, "Excuse me, you forgot the article the and the verb is." No, I say, "It's over there."
Communication is successful if the other person understands you. That's it. That is the goal. If you use your hands, if you draw a picture, if you use simple words, as long as the message is received, you have won.
I think we need to stop trying to be English students and start being English communicators.
I love that. A communicator is brave. A communicator knows that a mistake is just a tiny bump on the road to fluency.
Think about a child learning to walk. They fall down 100 times. They don't sit on the floor and think, "Oh, how embarrassing. I am a failure at walking. I will never try again."
No, they just get up and try again. They don't have an ego. As adult learners, our ego is our biggest enemy. We want to look smart, but to learn a language, you have to be okay with looking a little bit silly for a while.
Be the child, not the professor.
Exactly.
This reminds me of our last discussion about consistency. You can't just do the voice note diary once a month.
No, it's like the brush your teeth rule we talked about. Speaking for 5 minutes every day is 100 times better than going to a 3-hour English class once a week.
Why is that?
Because of muscle memory. Your tongue and your brain need constant contact with the language. If you stop for 6 days, the bridge starts to break down. You have to build it again every Sunday.
So for our friends listening, make a speaking chain on your calendar. Every day you do your 5-minute narrative or your 1-minute voice note, put an X.
And remember the rule, never miss 2 days in a row. Life happens. Maybe you are busy on Tuesday. That's fine, but Wednesday is your speaking day. No excuses.
I think this is the secret. It's not about being the smartest person in the room. It's about being the person who doesn't stop. This has been a very deep and helpful conversation, Ellen. Let's do a quick recap for our listeners so they have a clear plan.
Perfect. Step 1. Use the narrative mirror. Talk to yourself while you do daily tasks. Connect your life to your English.
Step 2. Use fillers and chunks. Stop trying to build sentences from scratch. Use well, actually, and to be honest, to give yourself time to think.
Step 3. The 5-minute voice note. Record yourself, listen to it, and record it again. This is your personal training.
And step 4. Focus on communication, not perfection. Your goal is to be understood, not to be a grammar book.
If you do these things, the wall between understanding and speaking will start to disappear.
Wow, I feel ready to go learn a new language right now. Thank you, Ellen, for sharing these amazing insights.
It was my pleasure, John. I can't wait to see what our listeners achieve.
Before we go, a final reminder to everyone. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do it now. It really helps the Talk English podcast continue to create free lessons for you.
And please share this video with your English study groups or on your WhatsApp status. Let's create a world of confident English speakers.
Don't forget to answer our question in the comments. Where is it hardest for you to speak English? We are waiting to read your stories.
Thank you for listening. You are doing a great job. Don't give up.
See you in the next episode. Keep talking, keep practicing, and be the turtle.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Goodbye.